Today we're in our auditorium here to listen to a presentation about the constitutional law.
My name is Terri Moses. I'm the Director of Safety Services here for the entire district, not just this school. But prior to coming here 3 years ago, I was with Wichita Police Department. I was a police officer for 33 years. They asked me to talk about constitutional law today, and what I'm going to do is kind of relate how law enforcement and constitutional law intertwine. They cannot and will not survive without one without the other. And so since Constitution Day was Saturday, they asked me to be here, and I'm thrilled to be here. And this morning we're going to talk about how those two relate. Constitution was drafted a long time ago. Somebody can do the math, but that's over 200 years ago. And it happened on September 17th, which was Saturday, and that's why they call that Constitution Day. Since we weren't here on a Saturday, we're here on Monday.
It made a big impact of how the laws are set up today and how the laws were changed to better fit our society now.
When they wrote the Constitution over 200 years ago, do you think they thought about the internet? Why did they not think about the internet? There was no such thing as the internet. So how could they create laws about the internet when there was no such thing as the internet? So we don't know what's going to be around 200 years from now, so we can't create laws for that. So they created the Constitution to say, in order to perform a more perfect union, we're going to try hard. But we know we can't be perfect.
Our Constitution is growing more, and we're using the old laws that they had back in the day.
How to amend the Constitution. They basically realized that they were not perfect. They would not know everything, and changes would be needed. So they even wrote in the Constitution, hey, we're going to give you a way to make changes in the Constitution as time goes on, because we realize we can't be perfect and we aren't going to get everything right.
I think it's just the elevation of how it affected people and what actually happened and how the laws improved our society instead of just everybody running crazy and running wild and doing whatever they wanted.
There's three parts. The preamble, which is the introduction. Basically, I introduced myself to you this morning. That's what I did. That's kind of the preamble. Then we're going to talk about articles and amendments. And the most common thing we hear out of the Constitution is the Bill of Rights, which is the first 10 amendments of the Constitution. The First Amendment: freedom of religion, speech, the press, the right of the people to peacefully assemble and to air their grievances against the government. A lot of nations don't allow people to say negative things about their government. In the United States, can you say negative things about your government? Yes. Virtually, when you turn 18, you can vote, you should vote, go register to vote. There's a lot of countries where people don't have the right to choose who's in power. We do. You as citizens need to take advantage of that right. And it's amazing how we take it for granted because it exists.